Y'all are fucking assholes. Okay.
But would you have us any other way?
Maybe.
Wrong answer. Try again.
Last time.
Rachel.
Am I good now? Are we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time on D&D.
Good job. You remind me of like the Power Rangers like 90s introduction. I love it. Had to say it. Anyways, Seraphina found a scary locket and notes on where to find the court of microfauna with directions to it. Maybe? Don't know. According to my own notes. There's a mausoleum under the floor. Craig be trippin'. Ophelia has a wonderful fever dream, quite honestly. And then we went to the mausoleums. We were told to go no further. And this is a quote that I wrote. But nevertheless, Craig persisted. And then we went into combat. Craig nearly died. But we're good.
Yeah.
I lost my
That is
pen, but I
accurate.
do this way.
Yep.
And you find yourselves where you won that fight, a bunch of dead, corrupted loggers that have been turned into satyrs on the ground before you. A stack of coffins to the north. I'm always just going to say that the top of the map is north, even if that causes some sort of issue at some point.
No, that's right.
And to the bottom of the
water
map,
flowing.
those with dark vision can see a statue of that same dryad you've seen multiple times, Lyalanth, sort of like embedded in the wall. He appears to be like on his knees, like looking up with his hands out.
All right. So you said there's a statue down here? Down here?
Yes, correct.
Okay, cool.
I'm so tired.
Good fight, guys.
I feel like I've been through the shitter.
Tracks.
Yes, they did not seem to like you very much, Craig. I do not know why they singled you out when there were so many people here.
Because I tried to warn you.
But then you are the one that they didn't like. How?
Because I did not do a good job warning. Or you did not listen.
Well, you walked in ahead of us, Craig.
And I was going to talk to them.
How did that work out for you, Craig?
Perhaps if we had been more cautious and not come down here at all, I wouldn't have gone down.
Well, be that as it may, I think now we have, started down a path. So, let us not, waste, this opportunity.
Are these like little stone things? Are they like grave markers or?
Yeah, grave markers.
Can I look at them and see if there's anything of note?
Sure. Roll a investigation.
Starting off strong.
Yeah, so as you're reading through them, you don't really see any dates, and it looks as if there's actually like families buried in like the same plots.
Oh, so it really is a mausoleum.
Over the years. Yeah. And as you're looking through, the only odd thing that you notice is that you stumble across a name that, for some reason, one of them is not written in Elvish, unlike all the rest of them.
Okay, all the names are written in Elvish.
That name, You don't know how to speak it, but you've seen it enough to know that it is dwarven.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, never mind. That's my other rogue. Okay.
Serafina, I don't know what the elves do around here for burial rites, but do they often bury their dead in stone mausoleums?
Would I know that?
Would
I mean, these are buried in dirt.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
but
it's
we are down in a
underground.
stone mausoleum underground.
Like,
I
is
would
this a
think
typical
that-
death ritual? Like,
I would think that, well, yes, I think Ophelia might know better than Serafina now that I think about it. But I would assume that elves would want to return to the roots of their trees, not bury here in dirt underground.
Yeah, I honestly haven't been to many elvish funerals, but they usually aren't underground, I will say that. Or at least the ones that I've been to weren't underground.
Yes, they want to be able to see the sunlight while they decay into mulch, I think. Ophelia, does this sound like correct or no? Am I not understanding something?
would Ophelia know that?
I mean, Ophelia would know that this is definitely unusual.
It sounds pretty unusual to me.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Is she
Oh.
dancing as she says it?
Yeah, I mean, she's surrounded by graves right now. Like, this is
She's
like.
happy.
This is her happy place.
Craig,
Hey,
come do you recognize this name? It is, I think, in Dwarven.
doth I recognize thy nameth?
I mean, you can read it. It seems to say the name.
Why do I have
Rig?
Craig jerkin poop? Rufio.
Significantly less time than I was anticipating.
We were wondering how long it would take you to notice. It was
What
pretty
is
quick.
up with this layout? This is crazy.
What? What are you talking about?
The sheet, the character sheet.
Yeah, what about it?
It's different.
No, it's not. It's the same one we've had for like a year and a half now.
This is very much so not.
Yeah, no, we that was like a year and a half ago. It
Yeah.
changed.
Sure. Okay.
Did you not change? Did you not like select it when I told you to?
Sure.
It's just
Anyways.
updated. He's being an ass.
I know he is.
Yeah, he knows that.
Craig, as you go over and you read this name, you are gobsmacked. You do recognize it. You see the name Kerrig Timbersmith. And you're confused because your clan has stories about this man, and all of them involve him going missing in the Underdark as a young dwarf and not getting to hone his craft and do the same thing as the rest of his family. They were like progenitors of the woodworking craft that your clan does.
Kerrig Timbersmith. By the trees. He was supposed to be missing long time ago.
Looks like you found him.
Or what used to be him.
But how did he get here?
Well, that's what I'm curious about too, because correct me if I'm wrong, because like there weren't many dwarves where when I was growing up. But I always heard that like aren't elves and dwarves usually not like it seems weird that they're buried together. Usually they don't get along, right?
I mean, usually if an outsider is buried in somewhere as prestigious as this, for what it is, that means that they did a great service to the people that of this forest or of this religion. Yes, this is a place of honor, I would assume.
As Serafina sort of like asked that question, she's looking at the gravestone more herself. You do notice that his name is directly linked to an elven name, Hysa Whitebark. But all of the names below those two seem to have a new shared family name of Maple Marble.
What happens if you mix a dwarf with an elf? Do you get a half elf? Do you get a tall dwarf? This is a question as old as time, I think.
I mean, there's many, for lack of a better way to say it, half-breeds around. It's not unheard of, right?
No, I don't think so. But it is usually one lineage that is more prominent, I think. But this is here nor there. It does look like there was a joining of families of sorts, yes? This,
It would seem so. Has Craig ever heard of this marble?
Maple Marble
Maple
family?
Marble family?
Craig has not.
What is your family name, Craig?
The Innikig.
Is that a type of tree where you're from?
No.
Oh, okay.
We are not
Well,
named after the trees. We are named more after our craft.
Well, because this one is maple, and this one is timber. And those are both types of trees, and you say you work with wood, so I thought maybe you had similar naming convention.
Would Serafina, with her father being like a high-end traveling merchant, would she know either of these? The Elvish last name? Or...
Roll an intelligence check to see if you remember hearing it anywhere.
Ooh. And hit the right button.
I believe
checks, it's the top row of the sheet. For saves, there's a box underneath it to the right. So the top row where it has like the Pizza Hut pentagons.
Uh-huh.
Click on the like strength tag there, or the intelligence check there. So like basically on the red part. Yeah, there you go.
You definitely remember hearing the name. You don't know much about it. You've heard of a sort of like, it's like a incredibly high-end luxury like woodworking like group. But you haven't, your dad didn't actually like work with them, but like he was one of those who was like, you know, he mentioned it as like wanting to work with like something like that, just like a because they are like a very like, it's a very exclusive name that you've heard.
For the Maple Marble?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a way to tell when they all died, like, is it all around the same time? Is it like staggered?
There don't appear to be dates next to any of the names, actually.
It's definitely weird. Like, right?
How is there difference in the age of the stone? Does it look like? Oh, I mean, what is? Because these are hundreds of years old. Yes.
Over 1,000.
Oh yes. Then the difference between 900 and 1,000 is not that much. So.
Yeah.
There's, I don't think, much we can tell from difference in time. But we can know one thing though, which is that these were not the end. Well, obviously not the end of this legacy dynasty, the end of the people that were here, because somebody buried them. This is
My
not like Last
father-
Survivor.
No, because my father spoke of the Mabel marbles. Marble? Maple marble.
Aye,
Um,
and I've heard of the Timbersmith.
so their families continued on, so this isn't all of the family.
You, Craig, you do know that Timbersmith was a good, like, at least 20 generations ago.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
But, you know, they're like a legendary family in your family, so they're just always brought up.
You said that these are coffins up here in the north?
Yes.
I want to go and inspect those.
Sure thing. Roll an investigation.
There it is.
You know what? They look like they're in surprisingly good condition. They're very well made coffins. They don't appear to be made out of the fancy white marble, but you don't really glean anything too interesting out of it.
Hey, Ophelia, there's
White
coffins
maple,
over here.
rather.
I'm not sure Ophelia can see you because I don't think you have
Ah.
a torch.
Ophelia,
She's
follow my voice.
Where?
Follow my voice.
Hey, Rufio, real quick.
Uh-huh.
Go to
Yeah.
settings and manage modules
Okay.
and disable drag ruler.
Okay.
Cause like I'm getting a bunch of like lag and bullshit when I move tokens and when other people move tokens, and I think that's causing it.
I'm gonna use the
I
bathroom.
got
real quick.
disconnected when you did it.
Well, yeah, I knew it would. I'll need to check on that later.
And you said that the coffins were made out of white bark?
No, they're not. Unlike the fancy trees that you know exist that are sacred to these people.
Okay.
I am back. Excuse me. Sorry.
Very good. Meanwhile, Rufio, can I want to look
Uh-huh.
at the statue that's down here. See what's
Okay,
going on
sure.
with it.
Yeah, roll an investigation. Yeah, it seems to be down in sort of like, it almost looks like he's like injured or tired or something, but like you just see it appears to be a statue of the druid Lyolanth kneeling down on the ground with his hands out in front of him like this, and like just sort of like looking up.
Okay. Is there any like notation or anything like that on it?
There does not appear to be. You do see a plaque at the bottom that has been damaged by repeated hittings with weapons and hooves.
Okay, fair enough. Then yeah, I'll just.
In fact, the statue itself definitely looks like it has also been abused, but not to any huge effect.
What were these guys doing? They were hitting something, right?
They were all just seemed to be like moving around, pounding on the walls.
Okay, it wasn't like they were like specifically targeting anything.
No.
Okay.
Can I
Ophelia,
investigate?
roll.
Yes.
Roll an investigation check for me on the coffins. Okay. Yeah, so as you're sort of like flying through these coffins and looking around them, first you do notice that they're very nice, but you also seem to notice a distinct lack of like smell or like anything in them. And as you're sort of like looking around them closer and you like fly inside to see what's going on, you notice that like inlaid around the like edges of the coffin are these like runes. And you can roll an Arcana check if you'd like to see if you can try and figure out what the runes do.
Let's see.
You do not know what the runes do.
Can Craig take a look at the runes?
Magic, for all you know, these are weird teleportation coffins that just send bodies somewhere.
That's
And that's how
honestly
they can
what
get
I
away
thought.
with putting so many bodies in these graves. That they're just randomly
That's
teleported
honestly what I
somewhere.
thought it was.
Do you want the wizard to look
Obviously.
at the magic runes?
No, there's no need. I know exactly what these are. These are teleportation runes.
I do not think this is true, Greg.
Yes, you put the body in, it teleports the body to another location.
I repeat, I do not think that is what this is.
Watch, watch, watch.
Craig gets in one of them.
If you buy,
Ophelia's so excited.
Are you taking it out of the stack? Are you closing the lid? What are you doing with it?
I'm just laying in it.
Nothing seems to be happening.
Craig,
Perhaps.
what were you gonna do if that teleported you someplace far away from here?
it's not going to
Obviously,
teleport
or
him.
like-
that
or
is
like
not what-
straight down.
Who would do that? That is foolish.
Is it
Why would you-
though?
Yes, why would you have
I mean, it's-
15 different teleporters, not just one?
To smuggle
Also,
things out,
teleportation is not common. You do not simply walk into an underground temple and find portals that go to 7 different places.
but one
is-
does not simply walk into Mordor.
That is very expensive to
Fine.
make. It
Don't
takes a long
trust
time.
me.
It
In
takes
my
a long time.
expert craftsmanship and my runic
Furthermore-
knowledge through my family and all of the crafts.
Furthermore, if you were
Runes
going to
in my
teleport to
namesake.
somewhere, why would you put the entrance like 100 yards underground? That is very difficult to get to. Think of the logistics.
Craig closes the lid.
Well, it was nice knowing Craig. I am glad we got to spend some time with him and get to know him. I will miss him, I think.
You close the lid, Craig?
I do.
All right. Roll a
Review-
perception check.
Rufio, do you want me to pull out the stats for a mimic for you real quick?
Oh,
I think I
man, he
have
would be
one
really
saved.
fucked. Yeah. Craig, as you're in this coffin and after you close the lid, after about a minute, nothing happens.
He opens it up.
See, Zarin, I'm fine. Unlike that fight earlier.
You said you would teleport. It was teleporting coffin.
I didn't tell it to.
So would you
Get inside and close the lid yourself, and
Would
you can
you
do
ad-
it too.
would you admit that it was not teleport
I
coffin?
close the lid again.
Oh, it was nice knowing Craig. I'm glad we spent this time and got to know him.
Roll another perception check, Craig.
I think I will miss him.
How long do you stay in for?
We had good conversations. He had insights into
A little bit longer.
a different way of seeing this world.
Craig,
No,
you
not everybody
know,
can
you,
s-
you still don't notice anything? Roll an insight check. Dirt, man. Clearly the answer is the magic dirt on the ground. It activates the teleportation runes. You need more dirt on the coffin.
Zarin! He cracks through it. Zarin, throw some dirt on the coffin. You have to pretend you're burying it to activate it. Doesn't it make sense?
No.
Shuts the lid again. Do the runes glow or anything while he's in there? Or
No.
You don't see any glowing.
I run my fingers across the runes and feel them.
They feel like they're sort of like burned and blazoned into the wood.
Okay.
Ophelia's gonna put dirt
Well-
on top of the coffin.
Rufio,
All right.
Can I?
Ophelia
decipher
puts
it?
the tiniest handful of dirt anyone's seen on top of the coffin.
It's basically pocket sand.
Yeah.
Pouring one out for the homie.
Rufio, can I glean anything from the runes, like what they're about, what they're doing?
Yeah, roll an investigation.
Can I roll an Arcana?
Yeah, you can roll an Arcana. Aren't they the
I mean,
same for you?
They're the same. 10.
You're not sure. You know that they would fall under. 1 second. Actually, let me check something. I need a double. Oh fuck, what's that called?
Evocation.
I'm trying to make sure I get the
conjuration,
school right. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
no,
it's
you're
not. But what I'm trying to use another spell as a reference,
enchantment,
and I can't.
Enchantment.
No. It's a druid spell.
Divination.
Stronger one,
It's probably conjuration.
probably.
There's a lot of weird shit in conjuration.
That's what it's called. Okay. Transmutation.
Ah,
Transmutation. Okay, Craig. You're going to want to hold your breath. I think this teleports you back to the top of the river so you can do another lap. I
Craig is falling asleep in there.
need to learn Germanic.
Ophelia, are you putting on
words.
more dirt or just the one handful?
She's gonna keep going until somebody stops her.
Okay.
Maybe even rub
Craig,
it in
you're
a little
asleep.
bit.
Roll a perception check with disadvantage. You sleeping, buddy?
Seraphina's
All right,
just
so
watching.
Ophelia's just pouring dirt on this. Seraphina, what are you doing?
I'm just watching.
All right, Zarin, what are you working on?
The bodies, checking through them,
Okay.
and taking samples and comparing
Yes.
it to the
Yeah.
whatever blood hemomancy I can do to compare it to the corrupted blood that we got from the altar, and seeing if it was like sort of the cause of what caused these guys to be kind of cray cray.
Can I loot the bodies?
You do not find any blood in these bodies.
Yeah. Yeah.
You may loot the bodies as well, yes.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
find
we'll do-
personal knickknacks on all of them.
Okay.
I will take those.
Hmm.
Any
Um,
knickknacks of note?
Nothing that it wouldn't be nothing that wouldn't be like a gray item.
Serafina, you are looking for knickknacks, yet these creatures do not have any blood. Don't you think
There's
one
a-
of these things is more interesting? How does something with no blood walk around? They did not seem like they were like undead to me. These seemed like living. Well, maybe they were not living, but more like puppet.
The cleric
Uh-huh.
would be able to confirm that they did not feel like undead, by the way, just so I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah. Like this is new sort of not creation, but
That is interesting, but also scary. And knickknacks are not scary.
well,
I guess,
some
Darren,
knickknacks
how
are
hard do-
scary.
alright.
Have you ever like? I know sometimes you can find like doily that grandmother would hit you with. This story started off way different. I'm sorry. I distract.
I'm gonna put a pin in that and come back to that at a later date because
So-
what kind of grandmother did you have?
Instead of no, I did not. I don't. I did not have grandmother. Well, I'm sure I had grandmother, but none that I ever knew.
Fair,
I-
same here.
I was trying to make a joke, but I couldn't find the end of the story before I got there. It happens. Okay.
Okay.
But
Yes,
yeah.
okay. There not being any blood on the bodies is weird. That's your thing. That's not my thing. My thing is stealing, and I'm stealing
There
knickknacks.
is correction. There is blood on the bodies. It's all Craig's blood, but there is blood on the bodies. There's no
not
blood
in
the
the bodies.
bodies. See, this is different.
Hey, have you ever studied Craig's blood though? Does it show anything weird?
I don't. I'm not. I don't want to, Serafina.
Fair, I respect that.
Craig, give me another perception with disadvantage. You
Satyrs.
never thought a coffin could be so comfortable. You are having the
because he's
snooze of your
surrounded by
lifetime
wood.
in there. Ophelia, you're making a pretty noticeable like pile of dirt on top of this coffin by now.
I'm slightly bleeding inside the coffin too.
I'm
I do
covered in
have
dirt. Like I'm
one-
just saturated in dirt.
I do have one other question. For these
Yeah.
bodies, is there perhaps like 2 small like puncture marks somewhere, or some like sign of how these were exsanguinated?
Oh yeah, roll an investigation or a medicine or survival.
Sure. I'll do perception. It's fine. 12.
You're not sure you know exactly how it happened, but as you're sort of like looking around at their bodies for like signs of where the blood could be let out, you do feel these 2 like long scars on their like thighs where that artery would be.
Okay. This is what I am trying to rule out. The most famous of blood exsanguinating creatures, you see. Like we know, but still, you cannot ever be too careful.
Ophelia, roll a perception as you're piling this dirt on Craig's coffin. So Ophelia, as you're sort of like working it into like the cracks in the coffin door, like really getting a good seal, one way that you actually just realized, like you just saw, like, oh, there's some like glowy green light peeking out from this crack over here. You better cover that up.
I'm just gonna start like packing it in real good and giggling.
Having fun over there, Ophelia?
I'm covering up the light.
The light?
There's a green light and I gotta cover it up real good. Because I'm just like packing it.
The green light could be something interesting though.
Craig, make one more disadvantaged perception. Okay, make a con save.
It teleports you to the afterlife.
Craig, you feel this really weird sensation that sort of wakes you up from your dream. It's not necessarily bad at first, as much as it feels like tingly, as if like you're being sort of like injected with Novocaine and getting like sort of numb.
Oh,
And you all
it's a coffin of burying you alive.
But like that numbness does sort of lead to a like a very like fuzzy, like imagine like when you first started smoking weed and it gave you that like really big body high and like you just felt sort of like fuzzy and floaty.
Into the wall.
Yeah, you feel that way. Yeah.
Oh, this is so comfortable.
I knock on the top.
Yeah, it helps if you make sure you have liquid in your vape before you hit it.
That's not what
Knock
that
on the
face
top.
is. That's not what that face is.
I knock on the top. Lazily.
Ophelia, you would hear it. Oh, lazily? Roll a perception, Ophelia.
That's all right.
If I'm standing
You
right
hear
next to it? Okay, never mind.
So I hear it and I just go, yoo-hoo.
It could go.
Ayo.
Are you still alive in there?
It's so nice in here, Ophelia. You should have got your own.
Craig,
No.
it begins to feel almost like lush, like grass and leaves and like flowers are all starting to like grow around you is what it feels like.
What does it look like? What do I see?
As you look around, you don't see anything.
I think I'm turning into a tree.
I think that makes Ophelia pause. Like,
Definitely
she
make
stopped-
Seraphina be like, we should probably get him out of there. He might be having a lack of oxygen right now.
I look down at like
He
the
was already
packed dirt and
injured.
I look at the crevices that I packed in, and I'm like, oops.
Is there still a green light? Do I see a green light now that I've come over and I'm kind of looking for that?
It looks like Ophelia has packed in all of those little cracks.
Cool. Do you
We
not?
might want to get him out.
Yeah, might be a good idea.
Craig starts humming and singing.
Craig, roll another Constitution save. You don't. It doesn't feel like you're becoming a tree, but it does feel like sort of like the flowers and leaves and plants are now like sort of growing through you. It almost feels like you can feel like something sprout out of your arm.
Is there anything there?
There's not, but you do take 3 damage.
Hey!
Yeah, I really think we should get him out, guys.
I think I want out of here.
Gonna try and lift it. I don't know if it's gonna be easy to lift off with all of this dirt on here, but taking off.
Roll
the
a perception actually as that happens, Ophelia and Seraphina, who are right next to the coffin.
Perception. That is a
Hey.
persuasion.
Ophelia,
Yeah.
you see this sort of like whitish green energy, kind of like as you hear Craig like sort of squeal in pain, sort of like seep out of the coffin and into the ground.
Oh,
What?
not good. We need to get
Okay,
him out. Like,
Okay. Craig uses a lot of words you don't use enough.
white light coming out. He's squealing like a pig. We need to get him out.
It won't be too hard to get him out. It's just dirt. Yeah, you can get him out,
Yeah,
Seraphina, if
I'm
you
gonna-
try to.
Sweep the dirt off and lift the lid.
Just
you lift the
sweep
lid,
this tiniest
you-
amount of dirt.
As you sweep some of the dirt off, you do see that green light starting to peek out from the cracks, and as you open the lid, it seems to just completely like shut off and deactivate. And Craig, you stop feeling this sensation at all.
It made me feel so warm in between me legs. And I
Oh.
felt like a tree.
We heard you make a noise. Are you hurt? I mean, I know you were hurt. Did you get hurt again?
I felt something squeeze me heart. It's hard to explain. But it's just... There's something like vines growing out of it. It
So
did
let's
not
get
feel
you out of
pleasant.
there, buddy. Let's get you out of there. And Seraphina starts like trying to pull him out.
Craig gets up and gets out.
You get out of there.
Well,
You see, Zarin, I knew it teleported.
shut the fuck up, Craig. You can say useful things. You know exactly that it did not teleport. But you could explain what it did or what it felt like more than make a joke.
It
Or
felt like energy was
possibly-
being drained from me.
There you go. See, this is useful.
and teleported somewhere else.
Does the what you said the coffin is made of wood? Yes,
Yeah, what kind of
Uh,
wood is it?
Craig. What kind of wood is this coffin made of? Are you familiar with it?
Because you said it wasn't the.
It's not the white maple, no. You would just, Craig, you would assume that it's just one of the other trees of the forest.
Wait. Question. I have a question. So this mausoleum is like 1,000 years old. How do these coffins look 1,000 years old? Wood this old would be like petrified almost, yes, or decayed at the very least.
It would, aye. Certain types of conditions can preserve the wood.
Like a
But
damp
certain
cave.
types of incantations can do the same.
Does damp cave preserve wood, Craig?
No, damp cave does not preserve wood.
Okay.
Most woods. Things like, there is such a wood called ironwood, it would not affect.
But
Kind of
even
knocks on
over,
it.
but even over like 1,000 years.
That is a stretch.
Okay. Well, if it is enchanted in a way, then yes, I think you are correct in that it could be this old. I'm just curious if this, like, you know, is this from the same time as the people who did the gravestones here, or is it from something new that you know, maybe someone else came and started doing, you know. We make puzzle and we put all the pieces together.
But we may not find all of the answers in this room.
Well, but we are
Forward.
here. You are correct, Serafina. I was going to make joke, but I will not. Yes, I think we should continue. But before, do we need to maybe make
Rest.
less holes in Craig?
Craig doesn't want to be holy?
I'd rather be. Oh, never mind.
Do you need to rest, Craig? Do you need to like sit down and
Yes, I need a short rest.
maybe do a jerk and poop?
Ah, yes, a jerk and poop.
I think
Do it in the corner.
I
None
think-
of us want to see that.
Can I postulate a name for our group at this point?
Not if it's gonna be jerk and poop.
Okay, well I do not wish
Circle
to
back.
postulate name now.
Is that really what you want us to be known as? The jerk and poops?
No, not necessarily.
I'd prefer the jerk and turds.
I don't like that either.
Okay, so I think short rest then.
Sounds good to me.
Doesn't he have to call for it?
Possibly.
Bling.
Did you call for? You didn't do me.
Yes.
Because I'm not in
What?
your list. I'm not in your list.
Oh, right. Boom. Let me.
What is? I need to see something because my book gives me like a small bonus.
Okay.
To yeah. To number of spell slots you regain by 1.
Okay.
So I just need to see what the original is. So I'll do mine in a second. Equal to less than half rounded up. I think this is taking care of it. So. Okay, well. I think, are we ready? Comrades,
Aye, aye, Captain.
friends, compatriots, acquaintances,
Aye.
Greg? Greg, tell me about your family. You talk about them a lot. Well, you
Then
don't
why
talk
do I
about them a
need
lot.
to-
You reference them a lot, but you do not talk about them. You say, oh yes, my family, but you do not say exactly anything substantial. So, tell me.
Aye. I prefer not to talk about my family in such a way.
Okay, good. Let us go then. Come.
Would you like to hear more about my family?
No, you said you do not like to talk about them, so that is okay. I will not invade your privacy, as it were. So, we can continue then.
Perhaps in time, Zarin, we could be friends.
So
Better
are you
friends.
familiar with, do you know what the portmanteau is?
I know what a portmanteau is. It's a delicious beverage.
That is, funny joke. Well, uh, very well, let us go.
Ophelia, are
Said-
you coming?
I'm coming.
Craig is moving stealthily.
All
With
right.
Serafina, and also checking
Sure,
for
sure.
traps.
Epic roll.
Ba-dum-dum-ka-dum.
God, we're stealthy. Good job, guys.
You do a poor job of being stealthy, but
Craig is
luckily
doing
you don't
fucking
seem to
baller.
notice anything ahead of you,
We're all singing
Craig, as you
songs.
see what appeared to be some destroyed bookshelves.
Are there any books that aren't destroyed on them?
I mean, there's plenty of books around on the ground. Feel free to look them over if you want to try and find anything.
I would like to try and find something with Dwarven, or like maybe the timber dude.
Sure. Yeah, roll an investigation.
Nice.
Yeah, so as you're looking around, you're sort of trying to like look for the names, look for dwarven stuff, and at first you almost look past it, but then you realize that there's a drawing of an elf on this scroll that has the bushiest beard you've ever seen. And as you look at it, you open it up and you see that it appears to be this massive family tree, sort of outlining the similar to what the gravestone showed, but more specifically and detailed, as well as like a small passage at the top describing Carrig coming to the village and use his unique ability to sort of like shape the wood in the way that the elves never could. That sort of like inured him to the people as he helped craft and make them things. As he fell in love with Hysa Whitebark, who was a like a priestess, follower of Emcilia.
A busty elven lass, if you will.
Hey, this is
Perhaps.
garbage. He threw- no,
The family tree seems to end about 1,200 years ago, but it's quite like full, so like it looks like it just stopped being kept up with then.
Just a few years ago?
1,200.
1,200.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah, there's been somebody coming back just to update that scroll.
Right? I found
Not
some
even
information.
in the family.
It's just Carl.
Just a fan, yeah.
Just a fan. I believe I found some information about that family.
Yes?
Here's the family tree. You can follow it all the way down.
Hmm.
You
Very
do
well.
see notes on it, Craig, of people of like some of the like family members like leaving and moving, and most of them seem to have moved east of wherever, east of the forest.
Okay.
So, Craig, if this Kerrig was thought to be lost in the Underdark by your people, why do you think he settled down here and never, like, even sent word back? Hey guys, I'm okay. I didn't die in the Underdark. That sort of thing.
This is very strange. Very
Was he,
strange
like,
indeed.
if he was this talented, you would think that it wasn't like they exiled him, right? He left on his own accord, I would think.
Craig, all too familiar a story. He was just overly ambitious, trying to search deeper into the Underdark for a greater prize and glory.
Man, this motherfucker just always covered in pussy.
I really am.
Covered in? Is that the word that is that desirable?
Scattered, covered, and smothered, baby.
Covered in? That implies
Diced.
like how many?
I didn't say diced.
I mean,
We do not want diced.
We do not want diced. That's calamari, sir.
It's onions.
Oh, yeah.
but yes, I think
Diced pussy.
No, ew, no.
does anybody know any German curse words?
Scheisse, Fiek.
Yeah, Scheiße.
Okay. No, I need to learn like
Fiek dich is fuck you.
Scheiße.
If you're looking for like
shit.
German swears, I don't know.
I just need stuff to like
I-
mutter under my breath when John says something.
I mean, they say Scheisse a lot.
I've just been grumbling.
Yeah, Scheiße.
Oh mein Gott.
Most.
Yeah, they.
Oh my god.
Scheiße is a very commonly used, like.
Scheiße.
Scheisse.
Yeah, I'm gonna investigate around as well, review, since we're here.
For sure. Roll an investigation.
Natural
Damn.
20.
So you roll a crazy high investigation. And as you're looking around, you do find this like odd little journal that was like looked like it got sort of like wedged behind a shelf so it didn't get damaged too badly. And the front of it has a drawing of a creature on it that has it's a very round head that's completely covered in hair. Has two sort of like 6 to 7, 8-inch horns coming out of its head, and this sort of like happy giant smile of very sharp teeth.
What?
And
is there-
underneath this picture, it says "The Last of the Dashkin." Actually, you don't read Elven, or do I know you do? You read Elven. You're
Yeah.
Elven. You're Shadar-kai, yeah. Here, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Get told
Okay.
to go no farther east.
We didn't go east. We went down. Down is
No,
not
like
east.
2 sessions ago. Didn't I get warned not to go further east?
Yes,
Yeah.
but we did
and
not
the
go east.
family
We went
settled
down.
further east?
We went down. What is further east?
You went further east from where you were told to go, not to go further east.
I'm just wondering
Yeah.
if there's a connection with going east and the family having moved east, or if it's just
I think
me
it just
finding
has to.
patterns.
I think it is
I
more
think it
regional.
has to do. I think being warned not to go east has to do with because we were like, well, we have to go get our friends. They were like, get your friends and then come back. Don't stay there. So I think it has to do with they didn't want us to come to this tower.
Will be.
Oh, really? That's insane. I had no idea.
Listen, Craig.
What?
Let
This
me
is
tell
what
you.
I've been saying from the start.
Anyway, so Zarin,
Let
if you
me
want to open that
read
book.
to you the story of the last of the Dashkin. As soon as Rufio links me
Yeah.
the entire written out journal, I will read it to you.
Yeah, I did not write out a whole journal. I more wrote a description, like you would actually find in like a Baldur's Gate 3 thing.
Okay. Well, they have like actually
You
written
read the
stuff. Like you would
story.
actually read half the journal in the Baldur's Gate,
Yeah,
but it's
that's
okay.
true.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, I'm
Not
sorry.
all of us.
Give me
Yeah.
a team of people.
Yeah.
You read a story about a young Dashkin, which is you see is described as a Fey race. They're reaching into the crunch, despite not really having control over his power to do this yet, and something reached back out. This horrifying power, barely more than a black wind, visible as it tore through the Dashkin village, slashing them down. When an elder with the last of his power was able to open another portal and use that to seal the evil entity away, drawing it into that. Oh, wait, no, sorry, I misread that. Wait, what? 1 second. Okay, yeah. But as he was pulling it away, wait, no, that's right. I'm sorry. I rewrote it. I had like ADHD brain writing this and started a sentence and then rewrote it, but didn't delete the whole sentence. All right, so he opened another portal, and as the evil entity was sort of like hovering over the last young Dashkin who summoned him accidentally celebrating, he was torn backward into the newly opened portal.
Who was?
And the evil entity.
Okay.
But the evil entity was able to leave a mark on this last Dashkin. It was the symbol of a hand with a large ring on each finger on his chest.
Thanos.
Okay. Got it. The young Dashkin, is there any distinguishing features with him beyond the marking?
Beyond the marking, mostly just the very large smile. He seemed
Do
to
the
have
others
looked
have that
quite
same
joyous
smile?
on the front cover. The other ones do not seem like there are pictures of them in the books, but it's all during an attack, so I guess it's a little hard to judge.
Gotcha. Serafina, have you ever heard of this Dashkin?
Have I heard, given my time in the Feywild?
Make a intelligence check.
Do I get advantage with it being Fey creature?
Yes. Sure.
Where's my character sheet? There we go. Intelligence with advantage?
Yes.
Alt for advantage. Hold
Alt for advantage. Hold Alt.
Yep.
Yeah, when you click. Boom. Yeah, so you don't really remember too much specific information about them, but you have heard of it. It was Renard just saying, like, sort of like boisterously saying that he's faster than a Dashkin.
I don't know, like, I know that they were creatures in the Feywild, but other than my friend saying that he was faster than them, faster than a Dashkin, I've never really encountered one.
So this story, it tells of one of these creatures, this Dashkin, they, I think, did it imply that all of them were able to manipulate the crunch?
Yes, as it
Okay.
yeah, because it said that like his power, like he didn't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
understand
yeah.
how to control it.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought from what you said. That's what I was just double checking.
Uh-huh.
So this story seems to imply that they innately can grow into this ability to access the crunch, which are any of you familiar with what this is?
I don't think
Um,
so.
It
I
is
have.
it it is like almost the memory of the world. Like the everything in the past and the present is sort of encoded in this like it is like almost like another plane but not. It kind of is like the glue that holds all the planes together. Some types of magic like are powered from this source, and some with everything that is sort of like contained there, like sort of pressed together. That includes good and bad things, I think. And it seems like this Dashkin, this smiling one here, he sort of reached in and like opened up a little hole, and something that was contained or compressed within this crunch was able to escape a little bit, and then marked him with its sigil. So, whatever this malevolent entity is, it is one very old. It has to be for it to be compressed in the crunch, and also very powerful to be able to escape it.
We should continue forward.
The art with the big smile and the horns. Does the smile look familiar?
Serafina, as you see it, you definitely think it looks familiar to you, but you've only seen it look much more sinister than it looks here.
And bigger and
The horns
lankier.
growing a bit more wild, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, which one was that? That Bitey.
Mm.
Bitey. That looks like Bitey. That's
Does
what Bitey looks like, except well, Bitey was taller, his horns were a little bit longer, and his teeth were a little like more. But
yes,
like
I
that
think
smile looks like Bitey.
I think in this story, he is like smaller child, like child Dashkin. Did did you see any like marking on his chest, or was he like just covered in shadow? I do not know what you saw in your vision.
He was just in shadow, right, DM?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was just in shadow. I didn't necessarily like his teeth were the thing that really stood out to me. Like he was just kind of like this black mass in the gray night that like had pointy teeth, and I could tell he had horns, but like I couldn't make anything else out.
Yes, you do not look for like marking if you see that many teeth. I think.
Yeah, I was a little preoccupied by what he was saying and staring at the teeth and wondering when was the last time he flossed them.
Well,
They're so sharp.
I think you can clean teeth very well by biting through other bone. You see, it like scrapes off the top layer, makes them very very shiny.
Do you do this?
No, but I've seen many creatures who that's the way they clean their teeth is by biting through bone.
Huh?
This is common practice for many
Cats.
predators.
Cats do it.
Pats?
Cats do it.
I'm not familiar with this creature.
Cat.
Oh, cat.
Cat. C-A-T. Cat.
Hmm. Very well. Yes, maybe this is true. I do not know. I am allergic to cats.
Are you allergic to Ollie?
No,
Yeah.
I forgot that Ollie was here. No, I'm not allergic to cats. I was making joke for Craig's sake.
Is anyone
You're
else going
right.
to investigate around?
Yeah.
Because if you don't, I'm definitely going to give. I'm probably going to have Zarin find a second thing because you rolled a 25 no matter what. But if other people look around, I need to know
Somebody
how
else
to
can
handle
find
giving
something.
out information. Yeah.
Yeah, no, someone
yeah,
else find something.
I'm gonna investigate as well.
Cool.
Eh.
Oh, the last of the
Um,
Dashkin. The title.
Yes.
The title is the last of the Dashkin. So, this creature, this kid, was the last. I do not think was the whole village destroyed.
That is what it appeared to happen.
Was it like? But there then was everyone killed in this attack? It did not seem like.
Oh yeah, it does.
It seems like everybody except the
Uh-huh.
elder and the kid were killed.
Yeah. No, the elder dies too.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
I was getting at. I was like,
No.
did they all die in the attack, or did
Yes.
the
They
kid
all died in
kill
the
them all
attack. No.
after? Okay.
No. The kid. They all seem to die in the attack. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
I did not
Okay,
want that to be ambiguous. No.
No. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, no, because I'm making an item and I was about to write the title. And I was like, oh, what happened to the rest of them?
Right. That's fair.
Okay, sorry. Continue with finding stuff.
Sure thing.
I have 17.
Serafina, yeah. So as you're looking through all these different notebooks and stuff, you find a sort of like a little journal on it that has a drawing of a mushroom on front that is green with purple spots. And as you open it, you see that it appears to be like a series of notes and diary entries about sort of like run-ins with this weird like not necessarily a wild man, but someone who has begun living in the forest all of a sudden that isn't from around here and is behaving very odd. And as you sort of read the diary entries, it talks about like that him and a group of other people like trying to observe this person more, learn about them, see if they can help them or things like that. They see some insignia on his armor that or not armor, but like leathers that I guess that is armor. That seem to imply he's from Thalos. But they can't get much more else. Every time they get near him, he always seems like paranoid and scared. And one time while they got close, they saw this weird like flaming stone in his hand, and he like squeezed it tighter as he ran away. He was like speaking to it. And like they just mentioned, and it then goes on to mention that while just exploring a few times, this wild man seems to be becoming aggressive. They've only seen him flee and hide in the past, while like foraging for resources. But today he poisoned and blinded some of our men. They never even saw him coming. We only heard his terrible laugh coming out of the cave that they dared not enter. And then you find one more entry. It says, "I'm the only one who made it back. A group went to look for our lost friend, warriors with us. We barely We're a step into the cave before a poisonous explosion from seemingly nowhere enveloped us. This location should be avoided at all costs. The scout seems to be the only creature that stays in that area. And it does have like an X on a like map of the forest showing like where it's saying to stay away from.
One second. Killed others.
I put it in whatchamacallit Discord.
Okay. Is the mushroom on the front, does it look familiar?
Roll a nature check.
I just know that we've encountered several mushroom things. Why do I have a +4 on nature?
It's interesting. No, it does not look familiar to you.
Okay. And then, is there a description of what the man looks like?
Let's see. Yes, let me look at the image I have to make sure I do it right, describe it right. Yeah, it says he's a bizarre. Actually, no, it mentions that his appearance seems to have changed over the time they've seen him in the forest. While he always looked a little odd, he's become a dog-like looking man with pointy ears and a long tail, more like a lizard's tail than a dog's tail.
Okay. But like no description of like the color of the fur or anything.
Here, I'm just gonna post the image because like I'm bad at doing description things,
Okay.
and like they probably would draw it.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Not what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, see, I'm bad at descriptions.
No, it was more because I was curious if it looked anything like oh my god, I just blanked on my fucking Faye's name.
Mhm.
Because he looks dog-like.
Did you show us a picture?
It's in
Discord.
Yeah, in Juck and Poop.
Ah, jerk and poop.
Oh god. Okay.
And let me...
So I found a journal. And there seems to be this wild man that they've dubbed a scout that like is in the forest, and he was very odd, and he didn't seem to be from around here, and nobody could get close to him. And the more they tried, the more aggravated he got, and he started killing them. But he was like very stealthy and quiet about it, and they never knew that he was coming. And then, like, the last entry is from the sole survivor, and they're saying that like he just came out of nowhere, and there was a poisonous gas, and the only one that can get in the area is the scout, and it's drawn on this map. And I like show them the map.
Did you exit on the map review?
Yeah, I put an X on it over here on the map.
Okay. Well, interesting. Is this does it look like it is like ancient, or is this like a more recent journal?
Everything is
Uh,
ancient down here.
Everything is ancient down here. Cool.
Yes, that is why I ask, because if this is something from like 1,000 years ago, then you know.
It may not be relevant.
It may not be, but it may be. But it is just all part of the equation.
I mean, you never know when you're dealing with potential fae. So,
True, but I also am like I'm thinking if the problem might already be dealt with, if there is problem. It is. I think this is more just be careful if we are in that area, and keep track for dog lizard satyr man. But I think let us. Do we want to? Well, we know we still need to find the whole reason this cave system exists, right? For Lyanth. I can't say this
Lyanthi?
name.
Lyanthi?
Lyalanth.
Lyalanth. I can't say it in character. Lyalanth. Lyalanth.
Leo, Leo, Leo,
Little,
Leo.
little, little.
This Lily.
Yeah. Oh. This accent uses a lot of like very forward like sounds, and the like double L's don't work.
Uh-huh.
But
Well, I'm going to continue forward.
okay, let us go. I think
Is there anything else to be searched? No?
No, I think that's everything.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait. No, there is one other thing, Craig. You would have found a scroll
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
of alarm.
Give me, Craig. I want it. I need it, Craig.
All right, I pocket it.
Okay, fine. You can cast it once.
Would you like the scrolls, Eren?
I can cast it more than once, so probably.
Okay.
I
wait.
don't care. I will.
Here, no, here. No. He grabs his hand.
It's okay.
He smashes it in his hand.
You can hold
No,
on.
no.
I
Here,
don't
it's
have money for it
yours.
anyways.
It's
No.
okay, fine. And he throws it on the ground.
Okay.
Ollie goes and picks it up.
Now you have to buy it from her.
Oli,
As
can I have-
you're sorry. As you're making your way back this direction, you do notice that the ground seems to be like angled a little bit, where you're like going downhill a little bit as you go to the left of the map.
Didn't we already see this? Over here was the dirt room, I think, right? is- Yes, we were here
recall.
before.
Were we?
Yes, this was
Yeah.
the dirt room. It
Destroyed
looked like
garden.
they were growing stuff here.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I think.
And as you're
let's-
walking through here, you do
Close.
notice that there are like sort of these like pipes coming out of the rock in the wall. That Serafina, you also noticed one in the well.
For them. I think they were. Because this was the dirt room, there was plants in here, right? Or like. Was
Yeah.
plants. So they were just needing to get water in here to water the plant.
Some sort of irrigation system, I think.
Yeah.
Do we want to? There, I think there was another.
Yeah, there was
Path
another
back
shoot
here.
off that we didn't go back here. I thought it was down this way.
Well, there was one here, which I don't know if it leads back to where we came from. So I want to check that real quick. I think it just goes back to, yeah. So we already were here. Where was
Ollie!
there? Oh no, Ollie got shot. I think is that everything. Did we miss a path anywhere, Rufio?
Not any open path.
Okay.
That
That's what I'm saying.
you-
Like, was there an obvious path that we just like didn't?
You do not.
fucking-
No, you. There's no obvious path you haven't been to.
Well,
I would like to thoroughly inspect all of the stone for something that is secret or hidden.
Yeah,
we are
sure. Where would
still
you like to start? Give me a direction you want to walk in.
We are
All of it.
still we are still looking for this the resting place. So if I was doing a resting place for holy
I would do it
Fe-
at the
Hol-
statue.
like yes, I think well cuz there was like the place where that they did that ritual circle here. But then in the place where we had the fight where we fought the creatures, there was a statue that was like wounded, I think. And so maybe there would be where I would look. Like over here, maybe.
Roll an investigation, Craig, with advantage.
Yo-yo.
16. Yeah, so as you're sort of looking around the statue, feeling the wall behind it, you're sort of like knocking on the wall near it. Not only does it sort of sound thinner here, but you notice that there's some sort of articulation in this statue in both its arms and its mouth.
It looks like there's something to do with the arms and mouth. Perhaps if we put... Is it holding its arms out? What's
Yeah.
the statue? Okay. Perhaps if we put something into its hands.
Or in its mouth.
And in its mouth. What have we found? What kind of things can we shove in its mouth?
Dirt.
I like your thinking.
Yes. I'm gonna start picking up dirt and trying it.
How far apart are her hands?
His hands.
His hands.
Shoulder length,
Okay.
maybe a little closer, but about shoulder length.
Yeah. Right?
Maybe a little wider, actually. Yeah, a little wider than shoulder length.
Oh.
I love how all it takes is Craig getting beat to shit to forget about his favorite dagger.
I forgot about the dagger.
That was everything last session. It was like, oh, I have my dagger. I'm just, I don't know. Let's see. Did we find anything with this?
I
And you
take
said
the dagger out.
The mouth was articulated too. It moved.
Yes.
I would like to put the dagger in its hand.
What?
Yeah, you do that. Nothing happens.
I take the dagger back.
We have not.
Yes, his mouth
found-
moves as well.
Yeah, we have not found anything that would like fit in this this place, right?
Perhaps that's what they were digging for.
Good.
Craig, roll an investigation because I heard you saying you're asking yourself about if you found anything that references this. Not investigation, like an intelligence to remember something.
God in heaven, you're fair.
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't mean Craig. I meant Zarin, but you rolled great.
Yeah, go for it.
Craig, You remember Seraphina finding a journal that talked about building this mausoleum that had something written on it, on the strap.
Oh,
Hey, remember that thing? I had the thing written on the strap. With the thing and the thing that the guy in the sky said?
yeah. Hang on, it's somewhere.
See that right there, Rufio? That's why
Yeah.
I gave you advantage in Arcana, or proficiency in Arcana.
Yeah.
So you can make rolls and say things that matter.
Yeah, I just said the wrong name.
Flack.
Yeah.
Flack
Oh,
his
man.
arms and flack his thirst and arm him. Do we have water? Does anybody have water?
I mean,
We need a sword and shield.
and arm him. What did
Or
what did
perhaps
Lioneth can't fight with? He was
You saw an
scimitar?
image of it.
a scimitar.
Nope.
a scimitar?
Warhammer.
Warhammer. I have it anointed on Warhammer. I
I
was like, I know it's in my notes.
I placed my warhammer in his hands.
And do
It's
I
not really a
have
warhammer. It's a
water?
maul, but hey.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah. And yeah, we
Do
have.
you have
we
water? I'm sure somebody
I
has
do.
water.
Yeah, I've got a water skin. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're like you said, we're travelers.
Yeah.
Craig, as
got
you
a water
put your
skin.
maul in his hands, his fingers close around it.
Oh.
I reach up and like pour a little bit of water in his mouth.
And as you pour the water in his mouth, after a second, you see it sort of open and close on its own. And then it sort of slides into the wall, and the wall behind it opens up, leading you to another room. As you walk into this room, you are greeted by a statue of the goddess Amcilia, and you immediately see that there's another dirt patch with flowers still growing in it. While this is not drawn, you do see that... Here, I'll make some little... You do see that this area is actually elevated, that I marked off in white, like it's about 15 feet up. And you see a... whatchamacallit? What is that thing called? A tomb? A sarcophagus
Yeah.
at the end of the room with a tree that unfortunately looks like it has seen better days at the foot of it. Oh no, stop drawing.
Oh, the poor baby.
Does the tree look like the
Craig goes to
similar
the
to the
tree.
tree that's hanging upside down?
It does.
Well, even though he just walked into the room, I would like to check for traps.
I'll tell you, you don't find any traps. I don't need
Okay.
you to roll.
The poor tree. Look at it. It's so tired and weak, and we need to save it.
Pour some water on it.
What water do you pour on it?
What waters do I have?
You collected moon water.
You collected
Oh,
water
yeah.
from the well.
Oh yeah, let me use some of that.
Yeah, as you pour that on it, you do see sort of like a little, like where you sort of pour it, like there's a little bit of like recovery and growth right there, though it doesn't seem to have much lasting or major effect on the tree with such a small amount.
We need more.
Tell me
I
what
think-
you want to look at.
I think Ophelia is interested in this sarcophagus because either it's someone really important or someone who did something very naughty.
Is there a statue of Anubis over it?
So, as you're looking at the sarcophagus, Ophelia, the first thing, well, there's two things you notice very quickly. One, it is covered in these like carvings and etchings of what looks like Lyalanth, the dryad, and all these like different battles with animals. It seems to be like the wolf, the cat, and the boar you've heard about, all in these like different variations. You also see that on top of his sarcophagus is a incredibly large war maul.
Hey, you
Um,
guys.
Yes, Ophelia.
There's a war mall over here.
Yes, I think.
I would like to inspect it.
The image. Damn it, that's okay.
Do I inspect anything?
You inspect that it looks amazing. It feels like it is likely to be magic as you sort of feel over it. One second, I forgot to actually make this item, but I have the image for it. But the image includes silly AI generated text, so it looks really stupid.
Ooh, I want to see. I want to see. I want to see.
Okay, here. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Do you have a good dinner, Salem?
There it is. Joking poop.
I like it.
Salem.
As you see this sort of warhammer, Craig, its long handle wrapped in vine. It appears to me magically crafted out of the.
EDC'd.
Oh, that guy, always DCing. Look at him.
He didn't
Doesn't
realize
even
it.
know he's DC'd.
Look at this
Doesn't-
idiot.
Look at his. There's
Look at this
no
idiot.
thoughts on that dumb-dumb's face.
Yeah,
He'll never figure
no
out to come
brain
back
cells.
in here. Is there? Wait, is his?
No, it's
There's
not
something wrong with his
frozen.
camera, right?
I think his connection
No, but it's
just
not. It's
jerking
clear.
pooped.
Yeah, I think it's. Yeah. John, say something. No, you're just not moving. But yeah, so you see this quite large war maul. You think that with your size, it might be pretty difficult to use. Also with its weight, but it is made from that white barked maple. In general, seem to be magically crafted together with these stones and runes in the head of it. Runes on like the either side of the mallet head, and the stones on like the horizontal sides.
Okay.
And then a like thick vine sort of like wrapped around the hammer as well.
Hey, aren't you a beauty?
The only thing you know for sure is that it takes 18 strength to use.
Oh, how sad is this, Craig? If only you were stronger.
I am strong enough to kick your ass, sir.
Yes, that is not exactly what I am worried for, though. This is holy relic from ancient hero. You could make something very angry if you take without asking. Maybe you should ask before you take this weapon, Craig.
Hey,
Usually
who?
comes with, well, this Lionthent was champion of Amcilia, right? Yes.
What? Who was it?
Actually, Craig,
Could you say it
he
again?
As he
Lionel?
asks you that, you look at the handle of this warhammer and you notice something very peculiar.
What is that?
The symbol of Amcilia is not at the base of this warhammer like you would expect it to be. Instead, you see the symbol of Ilyana, the goddess of war.
Oh, fine. Shows me for Thinking about stuff.
I take the warhammer.
Oh, fine. You take the warhammer.
It feels happy to be lifted.
Happy. Okay.
What did
Well,
you?
aren't you a beauty? I bet you have a name, don't you? We'll have to find out what it is. Together.
What did you say this statue was here in the front? I'm sorry.
That is a statue of Amcilia.
Okay, I would like to see. I'd like to take like a closer look at it.
Okay, sure. Investigate.
God, fucking damn it!
For some reason, like, you've seen lots of statues. This one seems weird. There's like little lines all over it that like seem out of place. They're like messing it up and stuff. You can't, like, it seems like they just, to you, that like not even in your like top 10 Amcilia statues you've ever seen.
Seemed better.
What is on this raised area here?
Yeah, I was about to ask about that too.
So as you look up there, you notice that there is some sort of like water pump, as well as these little channels going into the rock wall.
Is there any? Is there where are the steps or the ladder that goes here?
There is not one.
That's why. Why not?
You don't find any.
But why?
It's like 15
Oh.
feet up.
Yeah.
I try and climb up there.
Yeah, you can climb. I'll help her.
You can
I'll
climb
assist
up
her.
there. Yeah. No, you'll be able to get up there. It's okay. You can Skyrim jump your way up.
If I can't jump. We discovered that last session. I have a
Right.
-1 to my jump.
Right. Oh, don't worry. I always make characters that can't jump.
No, you don't. You play acrobatics characters.
Yeah, guess what? We always let me jump too much. Think about it. Leaf had 6 strength. He can't jump.
I have great acrobatics. I'm just shit at jumping.
Yeah, exactly. Because acrobatics is about balancing, and jumping is athletics.
Is there
Okay, so what's up
a
here?
way? Is there a way? To
Yeah.
pump
So
the
you
water
see,
pump?
sort of like there's like an indented area that could be like a little pond, and then these channels that go into the wall, and you see sort of a pump.
Like to use the pump.
As you go to use the pump, roll a strength check.
As we were just talking about my shit strength.
I know.
Don't fuck me, dice gods. You know.
So it
I
hasn't been used in a long time, but you are like sort of able to get it moving, but it feels like it feels like just like nothing's really happening. You don't know if there's no water down there. You don't know if it's clogged. You don't know if like it's just broken. Like but like you got it moving, but you're not feeling really any effect from it.
Well, this is no fun. Fine. What are these plants? Unless someone else wants to look at the plants.
I'll go for it.
Actually, you would feel a little bit of something. You would feel like there was water at the bottom. Sorry. You would be able to tell that much.
Just not a lot.
But it would feel kind of like sloshy, like it's trying to come up, but it isn't.
It's like a trickle, and I'm only getting a
Yeah.
drop.
Uh-huh.
Well, this is still no fun. Did anybody else want to look at the flowers?
Flowers.
Or whatever the plants. Whatever this is in the corner here.
Yeah. Anybody want to roll a nature or investigation checks? 9. Craig, pretty flowers.
I should have done investigation. Oh well.
Oh my gosh. So Seraphine and Ophelia, you two are immediately drawn to these sort of wait, that's not the right. Stupid. I'm stupid. Could have sworn I made that. Oh my gosh. I looked up what it was called. How could I have not done it? Sorry, I have to
I'm
find the
still.
image now.
No, you're good.
You
I'm
see
still
these sort of
listening.
like
I'm gonna get water.
you see these sort of like ethereal, multicolored foxglove flowers with this like little pool of like golden and purple sap below it.
Matches Ophelia's outfit. She wants to grab some.
Well, that was also one of the ingredients.
She wants to grab double.
There it is.
Yes, the
Oh, it is
sap of
just
the
white
flower
gray.
is the one of the ingredients in the potion of whatever.
Before any of
Purification.
us touch the sap, though, can I have Ollie smell the sap to see if there's any poison?
Sure thing. He informs you that it is not poisonous.
Okay.
Yeah, no. This is like good flower. This is like, oh yeah, happy flower.
Yeah, I'm aware, but I want to make sure. You can never be too
Yes.
cautious.
Much like
See-
this Warhammer. Very happy.
See, Rufio, you wait like 20 sessions and then you hit her with the poisoned stuff, and she's gonna get screwed by it. Oh, pretty.
And then why can't I do it that way anymore? That's weird. And then this is your little bottle of sap.
That's an awesome picture.
If anyone would like to take some flowers, I will drop a couple piles of those of one each. And then how many saps would you like to gather? How many vials worth?
How many can I get?
Probably like 2 or 3, honestly. 3 at most if you do a really, really good job, like really thorough and like scraping it off the rock.
I'm gonna try for 3.
All right, give me a dexterity. No, give me a nature. That'll work. Give me another nature. Unfortunately, you only feel confident in getting 2 of them. It's getting pretty sticky. You got these little hands. It's hard to like sort of get it in there. Like it's easy to push it in with your little hands. But yeah, like it's tasty. Smells delightful.
I'm just
How
like
do we-
rubbing it on myself.
How do we pick things up? I know that's been said, but
Double click it.
Yeah, you just have to be standing next to it and double click.
okay. I'm just gonna take one of them.
Rufio, the sarcophagus, does it? Can you describe it again, or if there's any interesting markings? Like we kind of got distracted by the hammer.
Yeah, roll me another investigation. Like it's very easy to see. I don't need you to roll for this part. That like it's clearly like etchings that tell little stories of many of the battles that he's fought, like protecting the village and this forest.
Yeah.
But as you're sort of looking through all these images, you do notice that there's a couple like odd ones in there that show him defeating these other sorts of like demons and monsters. And as you're searching around and like sort of following these stories, you see this odd symbol at the foot of the tomb that you've seen before inside of the magical book that you have, the Venator Immundite.
Yeah.
Indicating that he may have been a previous owner of this book.
Interesting. Oh. No. Interesting. Does the symbol have any like, is it just like of a similar style?
So there's like sort of like a symbol of just like ownership or membership that you've recognized when like it now pops up for like you, that you're like, oh, this is, you've sort of like come to understand that like this is what the book identifies you as, is this like marking.
Okay.
And you've actually seen it change over time as you've killed a couple of the monsters, sort of adding like bars or accents or little lines.
Gotcha.
So it's a similar style, but by the look of it, you can tell that he slayed a pretty great number of foes in this book.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna like trace his sigil.
Sure.
So it's sort of
I will
it's
make one
so
of
it's
those
similar
then.
to like the blood print spell I have, where it basically it's like a
Yeah.
coded like representation of a creature. So it'd be like, his blood print if you were.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, actually, with knowing blood magic, it does seem a lot. Yeah, that's a great way to compare it.
Hmm. So you see Zarin, he pulls out his book, and sort of emblazoned on the cover is a very similar rune as to the one that he's looking at on the coffin. It's not like it's a language or a magical symbol. It's more of like its own sort of like coding. And like as you actually look at the book that he's holding, you can see that rune isn't like stationary and like drawn on or painted on, but it's almost like it's living, and it sort of like slowly like changes and rotates and undulates. Craig
Seraph.
or Serafina, yes. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Seraphina and Ollie at the same time both do the little head tilt as they just stare at the book and try to figure it out.
And you've seen him. This is like his spell book. And
Yeah, but
it's
like
just you never really looked too
notice
hard at it before.
Yeah, just staring and just does that little like curious head tilt. That's interesting.
Yes, it's
Has it always done that?
for the most part, yes. It is a different way of accessing magic. Most magic is a little more how do you say, calculated. The way I access it is a little more forceful. Not many
Because
people.
you use blood.
I mean, yes, that is the derivative of it, but it is more. Most people harness magic. I sort of break off a little bit of it and use for myself. It is okay. There is much there, but I need to. We need to open this, I think.
Open the tomb, the grave.
Yes. There might be answers that I need inside.
Can I check the tomb for traps? I know you said there were no traps in the
Of course.
room, but can I check the
Sure.
tomb for traps?
Uh,
The grave. Investigation?
yeah, roll an investigation.
Mm.
No traps.
Is it locked? Is there any like
I
magic?
don't think it's as good to try and mess with this particular body.
It
I
doesn't
think
look
this
locked, but it
particular
does look
body-
very, very heavy.
I think this particular body would not mind the meddling of us.
Hey, Ophelia, we're gonna open a grave.
She's like shaking. She's so excited.
The a good.
I don't think there's
this,
words.
Don't wet yourself.
this is a good get. This is a good get for her.
Just like absolutely, just like like she can't, like she can't move. I don't know if you've seen that little girl who's eating like cotton
Like the
candy.
cotton candy at the game, and it's just like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah, I was
She can't
picturing like
move.
Agnes,
she's
like Agnes from Despicable Me when she gets the unicorn.
I'm grabbing the popcorn in front of me that's been tailing me this whole time, and I'm just shaking it.
It's telling you because
You're
it has a
allowed.
torch,
You're
so you
totally
can
allowed
see.
to squeeze popcorn to death. He's the perfect pet.
Oh,
He is the perfect.
he is. He's been walking around with lights so she can see.
Yeah, he's got
yeah.
the torch, so she can see.
That's great. But yeah, like you, if you struggle from cute aggression, popcorn's the perfect answer.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Yes,
Okay.
let's be careful,
I've-
but
A team, probably.
yes, I think mostly Craig, but all of us can help.
I mean, assist, so he has an easier time, has a better chance.
Craig pushes.
1 second, I need to do math. Math.
How much later are we going?
Not a ton.
Cool.
Shoving. D&D. Or wait, no. Pushing. Wait.
What are you trying to do, dude? It's fine. Just have us roll a fucking dice. If we roll high, then give it to us.
Yeah, roll strength. I just wanted to see how much it would weigh. Sorry, it's way too
Yeah.
much.
With
Craig, you're
advantage,
struggling with
yourself.
this. It's a massive piece of like solid, heavy wood. You think you need more help? Roll again with advantage, as everyone else helps you. All right, Craig. With everyone's help, you are able to sort of like get a bit of a lift and get it off balance and start like pivoting it and pushing it and shoving this top of this sarcophagus open, revealing to you a body inside that is about 12 feet tall and almost looks like a
Jesus.
statue, as it appears to be like it looks like petrified wood. And it just like rock hard. You do see like these odd markings and carvings in its body. It is nude. It is a nude woodman.
Rock
Darren,
hard.
is there anything that you were looking for so I am on the same page as you?
Me?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd be looking on for any markings on his body, but I mean, like, wood doesn't bleed, and so I was just kind of curious, like, because you said he's like a tree man, right?
The
Yeah.
dryad.
But
Yeah.
he
Yeah, he's
did draw
dry.
his own blood in the mural. Yeah.
Wait, you said in the mural he had blood?
In the mural, yeah, you see him when he makes the weapon coating that he spills his own blood into the
Okay,
bowl.
gotcha. Yeah, no, it just didn't track that. Like, oh, tree man, like that
Yeah.
didn't that inconsistency didn't track with me.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Some sort of liquid. I'm going with blood because I don't know. It's tree man blood.
okay, that's fine.
Sap.
Some sort of sap, yeah. But if you
Yeah.
say he pours his sap into the bowl, it sounds weird.
Yeah.
He pours the sap into the basket.
There's already another sap.
What position are his arms in?
They appear still honestly ready, like they're like prepared to draw a weapon.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna like kind of walk over to the side, and I'm gonna cut my wrist and take my blood and sort of like on his chest draw like like a portion of like my sigil.
Okay.
It's so sort of like a connection, right?
Mm-hmm. As you do that, you do see one of the like small like carvings on his chest like seem to like pulse like very softly.
Is it what like oh, because he's got like wood tattoos, right?
Yeah, like wood tattoos. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I'll investigate that further.
Sure. As you sort of look at the wood tattoo, you roll an Arcana check. Yeah, so as you're sort of like analyzing and looking at it, seeing it pulse, as it lights up, you sort of see a familiar like design in it, sort of, as to like it's more of like a feeling, I guess, that you get from it.
Yeah.
As when like when you learned what spell did you learn that we associate with the doppelganger you took?
Doppel form.
Yeah. When you sort of learned that, you had this like this feeling and transference of the power, and how like it's while it's your power, it's still like it's partially like it's adapted by the monster.
It's all.
And you.
Well, that's the thing. Is like it's all pseudo borrowed power.
Right.
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 Like it's sort
So
of like the marriage of like two like signatures that creates new effects.
Mhm. But yeah, you sort of think that these tattoos are similar to that, and that these are sort of like powers that he has gotten through his service to the book. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, any like thing that I can note down, I would. Like it's sort of like coded to his own shit.
Yeah.
So it's not like a spell you can copy, because it's a mixture of his and whatever he got the power from, right?
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's like his like DNA is in it.
Yeah, essentially. But yeah, I mean, I would copy down what I can at the very minimum, just for preservation of knowledge and like service. Like he did a huge service to this book, and that memory should be kept, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like anything else you've seen is really like acknowledged that at all, except for like just the symbol on the front of the sarcophagus.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if there was any glowing, was that anything more than just like an acknowledgement?
Some sort of like arcane resonance, like
Yeah.
it interacting with like the shared like magic in your blood of interacting with that book.
Gotcha. Okay.
Would anyone like to look at anything else in the dead body or in the room? We'll check the flowers, or try their turn at the pump, or I'd climb the tree. Something, I don't know. I didn't have an option for the tree.
Hey,
Aye, Craig.
God damn it, Fiona. I would like to try my hand at the pump.
If anyone would like to help him up there, as he is quite small and not the best climber. Actually, he's fine at climbing because that's athletics.
I can climb.
Yeah, you climb great. Yeah, you climb
great.
up there with your great dwarven climbing skills.
Surprising.
He can turn the smallest little crevice into a foothold or a handhold. It's like insane toe and fingertip strength.
I also imagine the Ophelia is like floating behind him, like
Just-
sort of like fucking with him.
Like
You
the
do it
worst
so
kind
good,
of
Craig.
Tinkerbell, like the worst
Yeah.
kind. Like, oh, don't fall. Oh, you. Oh.
Aw.
Trolly Tinkerbell.
Give me an athletics check, Craig. Yeah, Craig, you start pumping on this thing, and you feel like you're getting more effect than Seraphina, but it feels like you get to a certain point, and then it gets like really hard to pump, and you can't seem to like get it to go any further, and you think it might be like clogged.
Interesting.
Put your lips on that pipe and suck.
Does
bitch.
it seem clogged, like really far down clogged, or clogged like towards the top? Because you said it's got like a gurgly noise to it.
Yeah.
Does that sound like
roll
really deep
another-
and far away, or
Roll another. Well, the gurgly noise was from just not getting adequate suction on the pump, from not
Okay.
pumping hard enough. Roll another athletics to see if like you can better judge how. Yeah, so you think that this isn't super far down based on like the sounds you're getting. You think that like you like maybe you've even like pushed it a little bit from how hard you just pumped it, but you don't think you could completely clear it with just pumping. You think that unless like just the greatest, luckiest roll ever.
Seraphina from down by the thing is just like,
nope, not the greatest, luckiest roll ever.
what? Stick your dagger in there. See if you can poke it.
Yeah, I try to jam the dagger in there.
Roll a sleight of hand. Or I guess athletics would be fine too. You're just jabbing something. That can't be. Athletics can't not work for that, I feel like.
Ooh.
You're jabbing in there, but you
That's
think that your
small.
little dwarf arms just might not be long enough. Like they're a little bit too broad. Like you're too beefy. You're a little meat man.
How big is this opening?
About elf arm
Ophelia
sized. No. I mean, maybe Ophelia could like dive down it, but like it would.
Ophelia, let me tie some rope to you.
No.
I want you to go in and do a corkscrew motion.
I don't want to drown.
You're not going to drown. I'll pull you out.
Ophelia looks
Popcorn.
back at Zarin
Go.
and
Go
she's like,
Seraphina's just shaking her head no.
Put the popcorn down there and pop it, Zarin.
Down there and pop it.
Now that's an idea. Not mine, though. Mine is how I see.
I don't think that'll work. I'll send him down there, but I don't think it'll work.
It doesn't do that type of damage. Yeah, if he would fit down there, you can send him down there to investigate.
Yeah, I mean,
Or not a small
I imagine him the size of like a rather large chinchilla.
Okay, so it's a rodent.
Looks like. I mean,
All
that
right,
looks a little bit
as
more
it-
coonish, but yeah.
Yeah, it looks more like a raccoon.
as it travels down this pipe, it finds definitely some material clogging it. That it seems like with its if it's what family is raccoon? They're not really chewers.
Rodent?
A rodent could probably chew through it.
I mean,
Like a-
Yeah, but raccoons are diggers, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
They got
It's good with its
like,
hands.
sharp claws.
he's gonna do what
Yeah.
he can. I'll roll
Yeah,
each one.
do
You
what
can
you
tell
can.
me how that goes.
Roll whatever. Yeah,
7.
No.
Jesus.
7. He doesn't do great.
Okay, well,
He's sort of
he can stay there till he fixes it.
yeah.
I'm not gonna command
Roll
him to
again.
come back. No, I'm just saying, like he's
Oh, okay.
the only way he's gonna get out of that
However long
pipe is if he clears it.
However long a 7 takes to fix it.
4. Enjoy your new home, popcorn.
You hear squeaks, of course, but still digging. Lots of claws against whatever's down there.
I'd like to try and pump it again.
Go ahead. You splash popcorn in the face with some water, but it doesn't really do anything.
That should invigorate him.
Roll again for popcorn. Oh,
11.
popcorn is
We're above a
able to
10.
find like a piece that it can pull out of there that it thinks will not thinks, but like it hopes will decrease the structural integrity. Roll the next popcorn d20 with advantage.
11.
Popcorn, come on, dog. Yeah, popcorn's making slow but steady progress. Craig, give me another pump.
Hey!
Not your best pump. Yeah.
My heart still hurts a bit.
Give me another popcorn.
This
Fucking
is
hell,
popcorn.
popcorn. Craig!
Ah!
So you're pumping this machine, and popcorn's pulling out little things. Don't look at me like that, Kim. And that's when you finally see it. You don't see popcorn as he's drenched and sort of like stuck in the pipe, but you see water flowing past popcorn into this sort of little sunken area, starting to fill it up.
Can popcorn get launched into the far wall?
Yeah, sure. Popcorn gets launched into the far wall and explodes in blood.
So great. They look like Cult of the Lamb so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
And
it's the vibe.
And as you keep pumping this, you fill up this pond, and you see it sort of going down these channels that are carved into the wall.
I'm sorry, you have a cantrip called Detonate Familiar?
Yeah, yeah. It detonates
Mhm.
familiar.
Is that what it does?
Yeah, yeah. Was I not clear?
I don't know. For a second, I thought it might. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm too tired for this, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you
That's
seem
fine.
to fill the water back up and get it flowing as it starts traveling through the rooms, and you even immediately see sort of like some life start to spring back inside of the tree inside the sarcophagus room.
Yeah.
Yay!
Woo!
Craig did it.
And I think that's a good place to end it.
If only I could have got that incredibly lucky roll earlier.
Yeah, but
roll
you
enough
got a
d20s, you'll
new-
roll a 20 eventually.
And,
You got a new magical wormhole you can't use yet.
oh yeah, joy!
Can't
I'm
use
very
that
excited
for
about it though.
freaking like another whole level.
Yeah, but that won't take that long.
No.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go to bed if that's okay.
Okay.
It is.
Cool.
Good session.
Good night, hun.
Bye.
Sleep well.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Go get some sleep, hun.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye.
Especially, well, it's only bad, if he doesn't remember to take his maul back from the statue.
I mean,